Welcome back to video number 2. In this video we're going to look at adding some new sprites and changing our backdrops. First thing that we need to do is grab the sprites of our characters. So we know that we've got some really cool superheroes, and I'll show us how we get there. So in Teams, so you need to open up Teams. In Teams you got to go to Files, and then we've created a new folder called Cyber Heroes. So click on Cyber Heroes, and here's all our heroes. So if you want to use Annie Bully Girl in your game, you need to right click on Annie Bully Girl and come down to download. We can see here it's downloading, and it says one file has been downloaded. That downloads into our downloads folder. So when we want to add Annie Bully Girl into our game, we need to come over here, and it kind of looks like a folder and an arrow, and that just says upload sprite from file. So we're going to create a new sprite of our Annie Bully Girl from that download that we just downloaded. So click on that, and then click on your downloads folder. You can see here I've only got one download, but if you've got lots of things downloaded already, you need to find that sprite that you just downloaded. So I downloaded Annie Bully Girl. I'm going to double click on it. It says it's uploading Annie Bully Girl, and we can see here it's added a sprite of Annie Bully Girl. She's pretty huge at the moment. I can drag her down, and maybe I want to have like a really big image to start with, but a lot of us won't, so we can change that. So up here we've got like an expand option and a shrink option, so that allows us to either make it smaller or bigger. So I'm going to make this sprite smaller by choosing the one that kind of looks like it's shrinking, and when I click on the sprite, it's making it smaller. So I might want to make it really small. If you make a mistake and you're like, oh, that's a little bit too small, then you can just click on the grow and make it bigger. Cool. Annie Bully Girl is a really good start, but I think I might just choose one more, and that is Mr. Device. I'm going to right click on Mr. Device and go download. We can see here it's downloading, and now it's finished. So I'm going to go back into Scratch, click on my little upload sprite from file button, and then choose Mr. Device. Alright, it's uploading Mr. Device, and now he's here. That's pretty cool. I'm going to make him a little bit smaller as well. A little bit smaller again so he fits on my... Oh, that's bigger, smaller. Make him a little bit smaller again so he fits on my screen. Okay, so we got 3 sprites, right? I've got Annie Bully Girl, Mr. Device, and the Scratch Cat. Scratch Cat, probably not too relevant for this, this game, so I'm going to right click down here on the Scratch Cat and come over. I just need to make my screen a little bit smaller. I've expanded and made it huge. I just got to reset it so that way when I right click it actually appears. I'm going to right click on my cat and go delete. Now I'm just going to make my screen bigger again so you can see what's happening on my screen. There we go. Cool. So we've got 2 sprites in here, and they're starting to look pretty cool. I'm now going to click on this stage area where it says backdrops. Remember, backdrops are the things that are going to appear behind the sprite. So my first backdrop, I'm just going to choose one from the library. So if I click on this image here, that kind of just looks like a picture. When I click on that, it gives me a whole heap of images that are already added to Scratch. So I don't have to go looking for them, I can just add something really easily. So I am going to have my superheroes, maybe, where would be cool for them? I'm just going to put them in the desert for now. Cool. So we can see here it's changed over to backdrops, and it's given me 2 backdrops. So similar to the way that we could animate sprites, we can also animate or change backdrops. So I don't really want just a plain white backdrop. I'm going to press the X to get rid of it. Okay, cool. So I've got my sprites on this backdrop, which looks great. I'm going to show us one really cool trick. So I've got both my sprites here, but they're both looking out this way. I want them to face each other. So by clicking on Mr. Device and going to his costumes, so I'm in costumes, if I click over here, we can see how it says flip left to right. What that will do is flip him so he's facing the other way. If you want to be really crazy and maybe have him like coming down from the top, what you can do is click flip up and down. And now we can have him coming from the top of the page as well. I don't really want him from the top, that's just something cool that you can do if that's what you want. Cool, so both my sprites are here and I've got two sprites and I've got a backdrop. I'm ready to start coding my game. Next video, let's look at how we do that.